next item is, we have Ms. Rhonda Parker regarding a violation letter regarding barn.
Well, I guess you folks must have missed this. So why else wouldn't you just let bygones get bygones? On the verge of resolving our differences, your employee couldn't resist just one more jab. You sent a violation notice that orders me to paint all exterior surfaces of my garage by July 5th, or I will be subject to fines or imprisonment. I'm pleased that I'll be allowed to enjoy Independence Day with my family before getting thrown in jail, but otherwise baffled by the notice. For starters, I don't have a garage. I can only guess the letter is referring to my 80-year-old barn, which has never been painted. It has no peeling or chipping paint, unlike half of the homes in the village. That reminds me, our mayor ran on the no chipping paint platform. Doing a nice job on that, by the way. I looked to the code for answers. Play a little game I like to call Crack the Code. What does 304.2 in the New York State property maintenance law say on the subject of protective treatment? Mr. Vendetti? Oh, is that one too difficult? Of course it is. Our board members don't know village code unless it's convenient for them. But helpful as always, Vendetti quotes it in the notice. Exterior wood surfaces other than decay-resistant wood shall be protected from the elements and decay by painting or other protective covering, or treatment. Interesting. Does Vendetti read these notices or does he just send them out? Happen to know Jim McCarthy already schooled you on the subject. But since no one ever accused the village people of being fast learners, I'll try it again. What type of wood is my barn made of? Who gets this one? Mr. Vendetti? Seems like that would be an important fact to know before sending out the notice. Well, I'll help you out. It is made of a decay-resistant wood, which is allowed for as an exception in the code. Here's another one. Is my barn already protected with a clear coat? Do you even know? Did you send it to the lab to have it analyzed? Did you get out of the car to look at it? I'm thinking not. And the question of the hour, why does a barn that has stood unpainted for 80 years suddenly need painting? Who's got this one? Mayor? Sheehan? I just walked in, sorry. How about you, Mr. Miller? Oh, he's not here to ask questions to, or to, face the music for his actions. Maybe he's trying to drum up paint business at a store, I don't know. Minutes from 2005 contain references that my home, 27 West Avenue, was being examined for violation issues concerning paint. My barn stood in the same condition at that time. However, that owner was not asked or ordered to paint it. Why send this letter to nice owner-occupants who are working tirelessly against all odds to improve the property? Why us? Why now? In the days leading up to the issuance of this violation, my family was put at risk when the steps leading to my home fell off the house. Where was our ever-diligent codes officer then? With no trustworthy codes enforcement officer to turn to, my husband built a new platform and steps to allow safe passage into our home, an act that is well within his rights and obligations as a homeowner and father of 3. As my husband worked and our children played, our own Fred Miller cruised past my home, hanging out his truck window, snapping cell phone pictures. What possible business does Fred Miller have that is worthy of putting the public at risk to capture a few grainy pictures? Did Mr. Vendetti give Mr. Miller an honorary junior building inspector badge? No comment? If he had any legitimate business, it seems he would have stopped his car and come over like any man would have done. Not only did trustee Fred Miller violate the distracted driving laws, officer, endanger the well-being of the citizens he's duty-bound to protect, he set a bad example for our children who look up to public officials. How does Fred Miller's apparent fascination with my side porch lead to a letter to paint my barn? There must be some secret village code that I'm unaware of. The code of vengeance. This letter is most clearly another example of selective enforcement and misapplied code for the purpose of revenge. Casualties pile up with the war wages on. I imagine you find it amusing that we reference Jim and Cheryl McCarthy. Especially since Mr. Miller gave us a friendly reminder some 2 years ago. He told us, when the McCarthys stood up against the village, they got a fence around their house. Was that a friendly reminder done as a courtesy? Or a threat done to intimidate? It's getting so I can't tell the difference with you people. As a mother, I am duty-bound to counteract the ill effects of immoral, illegal, and cowardly acts done by those in power. When I have a problem with someone, I have the courage to tell them to their face. Maybe to go somewhere to talk to Fred Miller about that, maybe to the store, since he wasn't here today. I teach my children to stand for what's right, no matter what it costs them. Please note in the minutes that I'm still standing, so is my home. I appreciate you paying more attention to me than you do my husband. If you're working on a crossword puzzle there, a four-letter word for disrespectful, it's Dean. Thank you.